Bro, I was watching this in class. Of course, none of my kids were paying attention. But this shit is fire,
Up to
bro.
that point, we'll use a double dolly shot, but
Fire.
we weren't that far out of film school, so we still had that film school mentality. There's so many wonderful shots. I'm trying to think of one.
All right, let me put this order in.
Do the right thing. The thing I remember is that when Mookie threw the garbage can through the window, it took
funny.
like 4 or 5 takes, and the garbage can was not breaking the window. The whole cast and crew was yelling at me, riding me, Spike, lift some weights. Garbage can was just bouncing off the window. Sal's Sammy's Pizzeria like it was Kleenex or something. Finally, we carved some things in the window. Then the garbage can finally broke the window. It was embarrassing.
Okay.
It is hard to have the same look. The film takes place over 1 day, but you're shooting over 8 weeks. It's not just myself. It's not just Ernest Dickerson.
Yes.
It's Win Thomas, who's the production designer. It's Ruthie Cole, who's the costume designer. So we all sat in a room and talked about how color would be a tool for us to show that this takes place in the hottest day of the summer. So right away we knew it was red, and orange. Whereas a long shot, we put a butane lighter underneath the lens so you can see.
This was genius to me. Putting a butane lighter under the lens, like, you know, in front of it to create. That's the only way you'd get that heat looking effect back then.
So right away we knew.
Of course, warm colors. Like
red,
the kids were not looking.
Red and orange.
This is what we learned.
There's a long shot. We put a butane lighter underneath the lens so you can see it.
And this shot is so like, this is imprinted in my brain. If you ever watch this movie, you remember this scene, bro. The unks just sitting under the shade. Like I see that all the time just driving around Georgia, bro.
Summer. So right away we knew it was red.
Right, let me finish
red
this
and
goddamn
orange.
order. Okay.
Whereas a long shot, we put a butane lighter underneath the lens so you can see like the wavy stuff, you know, the heat wave. So we had to utilize all our skills, which we were just only like a third film in, but we learned it as we went along. What's funny is that anytime it gets hot here in New York, people say it's do the right thing hot.
Do the right thing hot.
Over the years, I've developed a signature shot. Now, I wasn't the first to make it up.
The double dolly.
I call it the double dolly shot. And the best use of it
The double dolly.
so far was in Malcolm X.
Oh, Do the Right Thing. The first movie I was talking about with the butane lighter, that was Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. I have his book. And now he's talking about Malcolm X. Spike Lee just released a new movie with Denzel Washington and A$AP Rocky. So he's been doing like press runs talking about all his work. He did a reinterpretation of Kurosawa's High and Low. The shit is genius, bro.
And doing a year
Goat, bro, goat.
research before we began to shoot, I read everything, saw everything, talked to people that knew Malcolm. And the thing that struck me is that more than one person said they felt Malcolm X.
All right, Joe. Yo, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Now again,
Shout out
you know,
to
in consultation with my brother, Ernest Dickerson.
Catch you next time.
DP. And so,
And if you feel like lurking,
up to that point,
is cool
we'll
too,
use a
man.
double dolly shot, but we weren't that far out of film school, so we still had that film school mentality. But then we matured, and we said that we use this shot. It just can't be shown off. It has to move the story forward. So right then and there, Ernest and I knew this is where we had to have the double dolly shot. And on top of that, we sent that double dolly shot over the roof was a song I chose. Sam Cooke's "The Change's Gonna Come." That song,
If I cancel it,
on top of the double dolly shot, that shot is deep, you know, especially to me and Ernest, you know.
okay, so we went through.
You know, we felt that. Still feel that when we see it. Ellen Curious is a great DP, great person, my sister. And the first time we worked on was not a feature film, it was a documentary. Four Little
Four Little
Girls.
Girls.
For those who don't know, that's a documentary about the four little beautiful black girls who were murdered with the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama during the Civil Rights Movement. Well, let me tell you the story, not that many, I've talked about it a couple of times. The film was done through HBO. And I knew from the beginning that the material, this film was, water submitted for get the Academy Awards in the best feature-length documentary section. And to do that, you had to have the theatrical run for a week. In New York, it was we had the film forum. So right before we were gonna get that 1 week run to be qualified
I didn't even hear this
the
part.
Oscars, I got a call from FBI.
What?
And I picked up, who is this? I said, well, this is Officer so-and-so for the FBI. I was like,
What the fuck?
I was scared shitless. And it turns out they wanted a print for the film. And a week later, they reopened that case. And
The room he's in is so tough too. Like,
charged to racist murderers. J. Edgar Hoover was not a friend of the FBI. To case. And a week later, they reopened that case. And charged to racist murderers.
really? Wow. I have to watch this doc. I know they have it on YouTube. I definitely would watch this, bro. Let me put this in my likes. 31. That's my age. LOL. Tough. Okay. All right. Food's ordered.